This is where I do most of my worship planning, right here. And I've always felt kind of strange when people tell me at church, hey, this was the greatest worship service I've ever been in. Because I really want to say, you should have been in my living room. Now, I appreciate the compliment, but really worship really happens here and not in front of everybody. Because this is where it's me and God, and it's personal, and it's just us. And I should do it all the time. I don't plan every service here, but the ones that I do actually go a little bit better than all the other ones because this is personal. And it's really cool to me because I've written some songs here that I don't even remember. I can't even tell you what the words were. I wish I could remember because they make a great song. But it's when I am open and free enough to just worship Jesus, just me and Him, and I'll make up my own song to Him, and it's just for me and Him. It's for nobody else to hear. But you know, I've learned through the years that the reason I have such incredible worship services or worship experience right here is my anticipation and my expectancy level of what will take place here. And I wish that we could learn that as a church body, because I really think it would change our entire worship services if we would go into a worship service with an expectancy. I expect God to show up here, and I expect to worship Him here in my living room. And if we could learn to take that and apply it to a church service and expect God to show up and expect to give Him something. So many times we expect to get something from Jesus when really we need a higher expectation level of ourselves for us to give something to Him, because He's worthy of everything that we can give Him. If you don't believe me, I mean, it's interesting. Chris Tomlin concerts are incredible, but I'm convinced they're incredible because people have come expecting to worship. So every Chris Tomlin concert is an incredible worship experience because everybody that came had a high anticipation and expectancy level of worship. You look at comedy. If you go to a comedy club, you will laugh your head off. You could watch the same comedian on TV and you probably will never laugh, or at least not laugh nearly as hard as you would had you been live with them in the room. The reason for that is because people go to a comedy club expecting to laugh. So they've prepared themselves, they're going to laugh. And if we could just show up at our worship services expecting to worship and expecting from ourselves to give God everything that we've got, I guarantee it would change our entire perspective of worship, and we would leave different. Because so many times we're like, well, I couldn't worship with that because that's not my style, or I couldn't worship with that because I didn't know the song. I don't know everything about Jesus, but I still worship Him, you know? I don't have to know a song. If the words are on the screen, I can at least read them and worship internally. But I don't have to know something in order to worship, because I don't know everything about Jesus, but He's still worthy of it. So, I don't know, just take that with you, and maybe next time you go into a church service, expect something from yourself. And it's put a higher level of expectancy in your worship to offer something to Jesus. Not to get anything, but to give Him all of your worship. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to go back to my worship service, so see ya.